Besides the obvious physical strength that you acquire from CrossFit, I feel like I have actually acquired more confidence. I'm more mentally tough. I can use that. I use that in my career. I use that as a mom, as a CrossFit member. I am the healthiest I've ever been.
But I think the variety that CrossFit gives me, the people that I meet who encourage me, allow me to become a much better fit person. I'm able to play with my kids. I have twins who are freshmen in high school, and I have one that's in 5th grade, and they're always running around doing things. One plays tennis, one runs cross country, and I'm always out there with them.
During the classes, many days, I think of my father's words: if the other fella can do it, I can do it. You can do it. He told me that when he went into the Navy during World War II, and he saw all the other fellas doing things, and he thought, if the other fella can do it, I can do it. And every single workout at CrossFit, I think about his words.
Kind of reinvigorated. I've always been a big goal setter. I've always been somebody who likes to accomplish a task. And every day in the gym, there are goals to be set and accomplished. I think fitness, and in my case, CrossFit's the answer, is a key component to us doing our job to the best of our ability. And I think the public deserves a fit police force. I truly do.
I read once on Facebook, a person who was an advocate of CrossFit said one of the 21 things he listed, I think, was that just show up, because it is daunting.
I think that a misconception out there about CrossFit is that everybody's this elite athlete.
We would not read the program online the night before because it would make us nervous, but that's all part of it. The rewards are every day you show up. It's a little challenging at first. You're part of a group. Everyone else is working out.
I know some women are afraid of getting big and bulky. They think that that's what CrossFit does to you, to your body, but really it's not. I mean, you can tone or just get lean by doing lighter weight.
And of course, if you watch ESPN, everyone you see on those CrossFit people are crazy good, crazy strong, fast, all these things. But CrossFit is not just that person. CrossFit is also the person who's squatting with a bar or with a PVC pipe.
You feel the support of your fellow classmates, and that helps you, that just spurs you onward to do the very best you can in every exercise.
Well, I was peer pressure, like a lot of things that get us. My first experience with CrossFit was, I was eating lunch at the Old Spirit. I look out and it's like August, and there's a guy running down Texas Avenue carrying what I thought was a 100-pound steel plate over his head. I later found out it was a 45-pound bumper plate. And I thought the guy was crazy. I said, certainly somebody's not stealing a plate and running off with it. But I made the comment to a friend of mine. He said, oh, that's that CrossFit place. And that's the first I'd ever heard of it. That was August of probably 2011, maybe.
I joined CrossFit because I wanted to up my fitness level a little bit. I was really in my 30s, in my middle 30s, just the average guy as far as fitness level is concerned. I stayed on the couch a lot. Every now and then I would work in the yard.
When I think back to 1972, I started a weight loss goal by working out at a very small health club in Baton Rouge. That started me on a journey of physical fitness, and I loved it, and I still do love it.
I began my CrossFit journey in 2012. I had a new baby and a toddler. And I had kind of let activity just, it wasn't a priority. Fitness wasn't a priority really to me. I've always been active. I grew up playing sports and love competition and love being active.
My next experience with CrossFit was the first year of River Fit, and I was sitting there next to one of my officers who I later found out was doing CrossFit. And I started seeing friends of mine that were my age who looked really fit, and I made the comment. I said, man, those guys look fit, or I went to school with him. Man, he looks fit. And everyone I would point out, it was during the first Dragon Boat race, is Al Bordelon would say, yeah, he works out at the gym with us. He does CrossFit. So that kind of intrigued me. So at the end of that discussion, which would have been probably May of 2012, I found myself running down Browns Bend Road carrying a stupid plate over my head, and I've been going ever since.
But I would find myself, when I was with my children, throwing the frisbee or something, that I was frequently out of breath. And I like to be moving, so I said I want to improve that. I want to be able to breathe when I'm actually doing these physical activities with my kids.
I started working out at CrossFit Alexandria in October of 2012, and I've continued working out here, passionately working out here, since that time. It's been challenging and fulfilling and an absolutely wonderful experience.
I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, hypothyroidism, when I was pregnant with my second baby. And basically what that means is your thyroid hormone doesn't work. What it means for some people is you gain a lot of weight, you are very lethargic. It just affects your metabolism and how you feel in general. I did a lot of research, and nutrition and activity it helps a lot, along with medication, but nutrition and activity need to be priorities in order to live a happy, active life.
Well, my life. When I started, I'm 51 years old, so I guess I was 48 then. I'm 5'7". I probably weighed 195 at that time. My cholesterol had never been below probably 225 with medicine. And now I'm 51, so 3 years later, I probably weigh 155, stronger than I ever was. My cholesterol is around 150, and all the other things that the doctors check every 6 months are great, better than they've ever been.
And so, every day I get in there and I'm doing it for my mental health, I'm doing it for my physical health, I'm doing it for my emotional health. So there are a number of reasons why I do it.
But to this day, in all of those years from 1972 to 2012, not one gym or exercise regime or fitness program has met the needs that CrossFit Alexandria has met for me. On a personal level, I have achieved more in 4 years than I achieved in all the other years. By that I mean I saw more changes in my body in the past 4 years than I saw in all the other years.
After a few months of CrossFit, my husband mentioned that I seemed to be more confident, walking taller, not quite as shy in social situations. And I feel like that has really overflowed to all other aspects of my life.
CrossFit has been a perfect fit for me to enable me to continue to remain active and to have a lot of enjoyment. And I'm just not that guy that wants to sit on the sofa all day. I really like to be moving.
I think exercise is the answer for me to wiping off the stress of the day. I firmly believe that every day I go in there, I'm getting a therapy session. I can go to the gym after a morning like this morning of turmoil and get in there, work out vigorously. An hour later I walk out and I'm my batteries are recharged. I feel great. The stress and the frustration that I was experiencing when I walked in at 11:45 has been wiped off.
Being a part of the CrossFit community has not only helped me physically, but it's overflowed into other aspects of my life. When I think back to beginning the CrossFit classes, I was a little intimidated, but I know now I shouldn't have been, because you can achieve here if you want to achieve.
And so I started and didn't have much expectation to it, and really kind of fell in love with it. I fell in love with the community. I've never stayed with a workout program for 5 years, not even close, and maybe 6 months. But now it's been kind of a life-changing. And I noticed that my days are better. I noticed my head is clearer.
One of my favorite things about CrossFit is the fun, friendly competition. The workouts are always super fun, they're always different, there's always a variety, and the sense of community is phenomenal. Everybody's always supportive. The friends I've made it's just been great.
People sometimes ask what advantage I see CrossFit has over other fitness regimes. And I see advantages to what we do. I mean, what we do is constantly varied and is functional.
Every single workout that we do is scaled to exactly where you are. And if a new person is starting, I always tell them that, don't look around. Don't worry about everybody else.
For instance, the coaches will help you if you have a minor injury or a sore muscle. They will scale the workout so that you can still do the workout and still achieve something that day without hurting that area even more.
I started there. I remember when I first started CrossFit, we were doing back squats, and I could not bend my knees even close to where the depth that we were supposed to be. But I kept at it and I kept at it, and eventually my flexibility greatly increased.
No matter what stage of life you're in, CrossFit has a place for everybody. It's scalable, everything can be modified. The WODs, they're tough, but they can be modified. And the coaches at CFA are phenomenal at that.
The level of individual care that I've received has been really, I think, excellent. One of the things that they always harp on is to make sure that you're doing things in proper form.
The coaches are phenomenal. The owner is phenomenal. All of the people who go here, beyond a shadow of a doubt, once you've done that CrossFit class, they are behind you 100% at the gym and out of the gym.
And to be honest with you, I've never really been hurt in 5 years of CrossFit. I know I've heard a lot of horror stories out there, but it's very important that you follow the coach's instruction to stay in the technique of the lift that you have to do or whatever. But it's not that difficult to stay not injured. You just gotta know when to say when.
I truly believe exercise for our profession is the key to keeping these guys not only physically healthy, because riding around in a car is sedentary, but mentally and emotionally healthy. And it's just one prong. I mean, there is a fitness level. There's that emotional and mental stability that we need in our officers. And then, I think the third component is spirituality.
I have found that this CrossFit gym and my exercising here and all of the people I meet, it's a social time to visit, but the main focus is CrossFit classes, which we do together. But I have found that this entire experience, I can truly say, has made me a better person spiritually, physically, and mentally. I see a growth in all of this.
And I look back now, and we all look back. We all got stories like that, all of us CrossFitters, about how we started and where we were. And if you take it just one day at a time, and then you look up, and one day you're like, man, I can really get down like that in my squats. I never used to be able to do that. Or I can run this time in a mile, or I can lift this much. But it's one little step at a time, and eventually you see your gains, and it's very rewarding.
My name is Tessa Myrick, and I'm a member at CrossFit Alexandria. My CrossFit journey began about 4 years ago.
I'm Lauren Lampert. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Alexandria.
Hi, my name is Patricia Broussard, and I am a member of CrossFit Alexandria.
My name is Matt Sampe. I joined CrossFit about 5 years ago.
So I was looking for a way to make fitness a priority again, and I had a few friends that were doing CrossFit, and they were seeing good results, talking about how fun it is, so I gave it a shot, and I've been hooked.
And the minute I walked into the door, the ones who were there finishing up a class or the ones who are waiting to start a class are so supportive and make you feel like you're so a part of them and you're all in this together that you're not going to fail. You will achieve.
Everybody that you work out with they're great people. People that want to get better health-wise, they want to get better in their careers, they want to get better in their spirituality. So all these people are there to encourage you.
There are a lot of advantages, but I encourage you just to get fit, however you can. And if you haven't tried CrossFit and given it an opportunity, give it a try. It may be for you.